Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
It's time for your brand new second date update. And there aren't many things that can make a date go from great to horrible in a matter of seconds. Maybe a poorly worded compliment, an ex-lover showing up, a milkshake that's been laced with Viagra.
Whoa. Wow.
My mom would do that to me all the time. Annoying.
Gotcha.
Well, one of our listeners had his date completely ruined by an extremely unfortunate experience. In fact, it almost cost him his life. You'll find out what happened in your second date update right now.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Whenever you meet somebody online and you go out on a date with them, there's always a little part of you that has to fear for your life. A little bit.
What?
You know, because you don't really know them that well.
What? Why are you fearing who you're dating?
Because you're meeting people on the internet.
Well, all right.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll give it to you on that one.
Steve, who's on the phone today for a second date update, legit had to fear for his life on his first date, though. It's a crazy story, and he'll tell us in just a second. What's up, Steve? How are you?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Oh, I'm
Pretty
just
good.
glad you're alive to tell us the story. It sounds like.
Yeah, you and me both.
Oh, my gosh.
Before we get into the craziness that you described in your email, tell us a little bit about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Okay.
All right. And where did you meet Cecilia?
I met her on Tinder.
Okay.
All
see?
right. And was there any red flags from the beginning that things would get a little out of hand with her?
I mean, I'll tell you, the biggest thing was, like, you know, every once in a while you see somebody where you're just like, there's no way this girl will be interested in me, but I'll try it anyway. And then you
okay.
don't expect to get, like, a swipe back.
Totally.
But she did.
Okay,
Hey,
so that
nice.
either means she thought you were equally attractive, or it means that she's nuts and no one else will date her.
Right. You know, either one of those could apply. You never
Okay.
know.
How long had you guys talked before you actually went out?
We didn't talk long before I took a chance and asked her out, because I'm like, this girl is not going to stay alone for very long. I got to take a chance when I get it.
Okay.
My whole thinking is, like, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but I know my personality is good. If I can just meet him once, I usually can win him over.
I feel you on that one. Like, I feel like I'm a slow burn.
Yeah. And women will give you more of a chance based on things other than looks than guys.
Yeah, that's a nice part about being
Yeah.
a dude is you could be a troll. As long as you're kind of funny, you can get dates with very, very attractive women.
Yeah, exactly.
So what'd you guys do when you went out?
We went to an outdoor concert.
That's a great first date.
Oh, it was awesome. She was just as hot as she was in her pictures, but she was also really sweet.
Oh, that's great.
great.
So she had a beautiful personality.
Oh my God, it was amazing. But you know how those outdoor concerts are. If you stand back far enough, you can hear the music, but then you can still talk to each other.
Yeah,
Right.
that's always nice. Because if you go to a concert or a club or something like that, a lot of times you can't even really talk. You can kind of hear what they're saying, and then you throw out an answer that you think is on topic, but really both of you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, you're wearing a pirate shirt.
Right.
I just don't understand how you went to an outdoor concert and you almost died.
Yeah.
So the whole night was going really well. It was it was really intense, but then it kind of became what I like to say unexpected, because I was like, do you want to get away from this and go for a walk and go to a bar or something like that? You know, because at this point things are going so well. I'm like, I got to try and get this girl, as far away from other people as possible. And so,
Wait, hold on. I don't understand why you want to take her far away from people.
well, I mean, at this point, I was thinking about maybe trying to steal a kiss or something.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
You wanted
Yeah.
to make out. Okay.
Just a little more privacy.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like you were going to put her in the trunk of a car the way you described it. So I just want to make sure we were on the same page.
No, that's a second date thing.
Okay.
And what happened next?
So, we walk away from the park, and we start coming to this really dark area, right at the edge of the park. The sun's going down a little bit, and there's, bridges and stuff there. So we start walking through there, and all of a sudden, this dude jumps out with a knife.
With a knife?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's got a knife.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
And you ran and left her there to deal with it, I'm guessing.
Pushed her down.
Well, here's the thing. I have done some self-defense courses.
Okay.
So, I just sort of jumped into, protection mode. And
Really?
I jumped in front of Cecilia, and I told her to get out of there, and she did. And then, I know this is going to it's going to be tough to believe, but me and this guy, we fought.
Wait,
Wow.
you battled the dude in the park with a knife.
Yeah.
Don't you think the better idea would be to run? Why are you fighting dudes with knives?
He's trained.
I mean, look, if anything's going to impress this girl, it's going to be jumping in front of a guy with a knife.
That's true. Yeah, you saved her life by beating up a dude
Dude.
that jumped out of the bushes with a knife. I think that would score you a second date.
And you can't be honestly still thinking about the date when a guy with a knife is in front of you.
Yeah.
No, honestly, it was just kind of instinct.
That's cool, man. That's
So
cool.
what happened in the fight?
He dropped the knife. I got cut a little bit, but nothing more than superficial. But eventually, I guess he just thought it wasn't worth it anymore because I got the knife out of his hand. It fell, and then he ran away.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
God,
And
you're okay.
did you meet up with her after that?
Well, I turned around. Obviously, she was gone, and it had been a couple of minutes, so she was probably far down the road. And then all of a sudden, she texted me and asked if I was okay. I said, yeah. And then I said, well, hey, why don't we meet at, like, Starbucks in 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Starbucks, cleaned myself up a little bit, and she never showed up. And I've been texting her ever since and not getting a reply.
She hasn't replied at all?
You saved her
at all.
life, pretty much.
I know.
Hold on, why do you want to call a girl that won't call you back after that incident? Like, you always hear that those things bring people closer together.
Yeah, you would say. My first thought is maybe she was just freaked out. I'm like really shaken up by it, and I don't know. I don't want to be like traumatizing her or anything by reminding her, but also like I want to make sure that she's all right. And honestly, I want to go out again.
Yeah, it could have just been a super scary thing for her, and like now she just doesn't want to call you back because she just has a bad memory associated with it or something.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think she's a woman that just left you in the woods with a guy with a knife and then sent you a text to check on you.
Well, to be fair, I told her to leave.
Yeah, you did say you'd protect her, and it sounds like you did. It's just weird that she wouldn't at least answer any more of your texts, like even just to talk to you a little bit.
And you,
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah. So she hasn't answered you at all since asking you if you're okay.
No, and that's why I want to do this second date update thing. I want to try and get her on the phone and see what's going on.
Okay, cool. Well, then we'll play a song, come back, and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, hang on.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
When you think of superheroes, you think of Superman,
Yeah.
Batman, Steve. That's right.
Steve.
If you missed the first part of today's second date update, Steve is on the phone with us, and he wants to call a girl named Cecilia. They met on Tinder, they went to an outdoor concert, and as they were leaving the concert, some dude jumped out at them with a knife. Steve then told her to run and ended up fighting the guy off.
Whoa.
But the problem is, he never saw Cecilia again.
Yeah.
After that, she texted to see if he was okay. He said, yeah, and let's meet at a Starbucks. She never showed up to the Starbucks, and now she won't answer any of his texts or phone calls, so we don't really know what's going on. And we're about to call her right now and see if we can get the answer. Steve, are you ready to go?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
Of course, you're always ready.
Steve, I mean, have you thought, like, she did text you to check in to make sure that you were okay, right?
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't really enjoy the date prior to the knife fight.
I mean, she seemed like she was. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at figuring that kind of stuff out. So it'd be a surprise if she wasn't enjoying herself.
Okay, it'd be more surprising than the guy with the knife.
I mean, maybe not more surprising than that.
That'd be bad if that's the best part of her date. She's like, yeah, it was pretty boring. There was one exciting part,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like calling him back.
It's not going to get any better than that.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Cecilia.
This is Cecilia.
Hey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Cecilia.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm really tired lately.
didn't wanna ask that,
Also, a lot of
Cecilia.
heartburn lately. I don't understand why, Cecilia. You got any heartburn problems, or it's just me right now?
Who is this again?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay. Can I help you?
Well, I don't even know if you can help us, but you can help somebody who emailed us about you.
Someone emailed you about me?
Yes. We do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. And you went out to an outdoor concert with a dude named Steve a little while ago.
Oh, God, Steve.
Uh-oh.
That's what this is about?
Yep. Steve said that he really had a good time with you, and he told us about the date, even the part where you guys got ambushed by some crazy dude with a knife, and then Steve ended up, like, fighting him off. And Steve's wondering why you won't text him or call him back.
Is that really what Steve told you?
Yep, that's what he told us. Does that not sound right to you?
No, that's not right at all.
Wait,
Not
are
at
you,
all.
hold on.
What?
Are you saying that the knife fight didn't happen, or
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's way more to the story than he apparently told you, and I would love to fill you in on what actually happened.
Oh, perfect. You know
you're
what?
heated.
Normally we have to try to convince people to tell us, but
Yeah.
the floor is all yours. What happened?
Good.
It sounds like he basically told you what happened, but when this guy jumped out, I was obviously scared of a dude with a knife in the woods.
Right.
And I saw them fighting, so I ran away, and I felt like I got far enough away to be safe. And then I started thinking about Steve, and he was still there with that guy, so I was frantically texting him, trying to make sure that he was okay, and he wasn't responding to me. So I was just freaking out, trying to figure out what to do.
Damn,
Did you
that
call
had
the
to be
cops?
scary.
Like, that's who I would call 911.
I know I didn't call the cops. I mean, everything was just happening so fast, and I was just panicking. So I didn't really think about it in that moment. I just wanted Steve to text me back, and I waited and waited and waited. And when he didn't, I got really worried. So I went back because I wanted to make sure he wasn't just lying on the ground, stabbed with no one around him.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
And I walked back close to where it happened, and I see Steve, and I see the guy with the knife, and they're just talking.
Chatting?
Yep, just chatting and smoking a cigarette. They were laughing together.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Oh,
wait
my
a
God.
You know,
Are you
sometimes after you
saying-
fight somebody, you're like, "Hey, are we cool? You know, did you pull a knife on me? Yeah, we're bros, right? Nice to meet you." Is that?
tickle knife.
Yeah, who knows?
No, not with a stranger.
Yeah.
No, I
So wait,
I agree. It's weird.
So
you think that he set it up? Is that what you're accusing him of?
I mean, I don't know if he set it up, but something was definitely off. There was just something not right about the whole situation. I wouldn't be laughing with somebody who just tried to attack me with a knife.
Yeah, no, that would make me angry. Even if you were a good friend of mine, you attack me with a knife, I'm probably not going to talk anymore.
Dude,
you know?
What'd you do? Did you pop out of the woods and be like, "Hey, surprise, I'm here too now"?
No. I just kind of put two and two together, and I got really mad and just realized that he was a bad guy, and
Oh, man.
something was going on, and I wasn't being told everything. So I just decided to put my hands up and walk away. I was like, I don't even want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah,
That
for
is
sure.
awful to make someone feel that amount of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was completely terrified. And so when I walked away, Steve finally texted me and was like, "Oh, hey, do you want to meet at Starbucks?" And in my mind, I'm just like, no, of course I don't. I don't even know what just happened. So I just didn't respond.
Yeah,
I
that
don't blame
is
you.
weird. I would love to figure
That
out
is
why he was
messed up.
sitting there talking and laughing with the dude who just tried to stab him.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, cool. Let's do that then, because Steve is actually on the other line listening to this phone call and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, unless he hung up. Steve, are you still there?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Cecilia.
Oh, man.
What the Steve? What was that?
I don't even know what to say here. It's okay. Here's the thing. I really, really liked you. Cecilia. I really did. I thought you were really sweet.
Well, are
It's
you going into
true.
explaining that you okay? I'll let
Now,
you
hear me
explain.
out.
Okay.
Hear
okay.
me out. So while we were talking, before we actually went on the date, she said that it's so great going out with someone who's not a muscle-bound douchebag like the guys that she's used to dating. You just seem like a really sweet guy. And so I'm thinking, all right, I've been here before. I've heard that kind of thing before. And what always happens is I end up being in the friend zone.
Uh-oh.
You're an
And
idiot.
so, well, you could think that, but listen, I arranged for the guy to attack us with a knife. I knew no one was gonna.
What?
I knew no one was gonna
Gosh.
get hurt. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I needed to show you that I could protect you, and if that happened in real life, I would absolutely do the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure.
God.
It's a lot easier when it's one of your buddies holding a knife than just
A
actually
fake
a
knife.
random maniac.
Dude, they're laughing, but that is so messed up. Do you know what you made her feel? Do you know what you put her through?
You know how I felt when I keep getting rejected by women that look like
Oh,
her?
totally the same. Like your life is on the line because you don't know how to close a deal in a relationship.
That's disgusting. I was literally telling you that I liked that you were sweet and not like these other guys. So if I don't like those other guys because they did stuff like that,
No,
why
but-
would I like you doing it?
But you know what that means
doesn't
in
make
woman
any sense.
speak. That means that you're a sweet guy and I like you and I'll never like you.
Speak,
In
Steve.
women's
There's no such thing as women speak. It's all just the English
No.
language. So
That's,
yes,
if there's
it
no
is.
such thing
That
as
is
women
so
speaking,
sexist.
why have I heard that so many times and just become the friend?
Are you seriously trying to blame this fake mugging on me? Like, I said something and that you're really going to blame me? Yeah.
No, not you individually, just women in general.
Oh!
Blaming
Oh!
all women for you setting up your friend trying to
No,
stab.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
No! You are so lucky you're on the phone right now and not in real life.
Well,
in
according to Steve, he'd
person.
be able to protect himself against you. So.
Oh.
I mean, here's the thing. What are you supposed to do if a girl thinks you're weak? You got to stand up and show her that you're not. And, I couldn't depend that somebody would just accidentally mug us.
Just hope for a mugging.
I never said you were weak, Steve. This isn't an
You said you'd only dated muscle-bound guys. What was I supposed to think?
maybe that it didn't work out with those guys and I'm looking for something completely different.
Yeah, and just because those guys have muscles doesn't mean they're weak. Like, the strongest men I know are actually comfortable with who they are and don't have to prove anything.
I'm comfortable with who I am.
No, you're not! You are setting up muggings in the woods because you don't think that you're a strong enough man on your own.
I do. I know I'm a strong enough man. I wanted to show her how strong I was.
You're so confident,
man.
Steve. Like, have you done this with other women before? Like, set up fake mugging?
Oh.
No, but you know what? None of the other girls I've ever dated kept throwing at my face that I'm not muscular enough for them.
What?
I was never saying anything like that. I was answering your questions about what my exes were like.
Now, because women don't say what they really mean, they've always got subtext.
Steve, you're disgusting. It blows my mind that you think that you have to do this kind of stuff to impress girls.
You know,
Okay?
it blows
Okay?
my mind that you don't get that women want a strong guy.
You don't
Yeah.
get that. You don't get
Okay.
what women want.
Seriously, dude, stop with the mansplaining. Yeah, mansplain us what women want. Is that what you want to tell us, what we want?
Cecilia, I think I know what women want, and women want another date with Steve. Would you like to go out with Steve? On a second date, we'll pay for it.
Maybe you could go on a date with that fake nice guy. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't want to go out with me again.
What in the world makes you think that I would ever, in my mind, think about saying yes?
I mean, I'm being honest with you.
Oh, my gosh.
Give him that.
He really doesn't get it, Cecilia.
That's the most delusional thing anybody has ever said.
Yeah.
You know what? What's delusional is the fact that women always say they want the nice, funny guy, and then they never go for him.
Oh, my God. They just don't go for you, Steve, because you're crazy.
Sure.
It's not nice to set up a fake mugging.
Even if it was fake, you didn't know it was fake at the time, and I never even got to thank you.
Oh!
Good point.
Who doesn't thank somebody for saving their life?
Shut up.
You know what, Steve? I think you're the one who dodged a bullet on this one.
She's rude.
Yeah, she is
Oh, my
rude.
God. You guys are awful.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Pretty much all the texts in at 78592 think Steve is a douchebag.
Yeah.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Steve wanted to call this girl named Cecilia. They met on Tinder and they went to a concert. And as they were leaving, they were confronted by a dude with a knife. Steve told her to run while he fought the guy off.
Oh, hero.
Afterwards, he was confused why she wasn't calling him back. So we called her, and she told us that after she ran away, she came back to check on Steve and found him laughing, hanging out with the mugger, and she was extremely weirded out that the two guys were laughing together after the guy just came up to him and threatened to stab him and everything else.
Yeah.
Steve admitted that he staged a fake mugging with a friend to make himself look brave because he wanted to show Cecilia that he could protect her.
Wow.
I was totally shocked by that, and I can't believe how many people texted in before we found that out and were like, he staged it. I'm like, how jaded are we that we think that
Yeah.
this guy
Yeah.
staged it? I'm like, oh my God, they're right.
And they
People were texting in
Dang
both
it.
ways saying he staged it and then being like, she staged it. They just wanted to rob him. It was
like-
both ways. Yeah. So no matter what, nobody believes anything anymore.
Well,
Maybe they shouldn't.
Obviously, yeah, for good reason.
Yeah.
Hopefully she
Yeah,
doesn't really
this
get mugged
is-
someday, and it's like, yeah, right.
Sure. Mhm.
All right,
Anyway,
Steve, you're in the bushes. Come out.
she did not want to go out with Steve again after that. So
No.
no second date. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Brooke and
You know, after reading the email that we got in for today's second date, there's like a number of options as to why this dude's not getting a call back.
Wow.
Wow.
This date, unless maybe I'm reading it wrong, but it
Okay.
sounds terrible. Like if I were a woman on this date, horrible. Maybe if I was a dude, I don't know. But Neil is on the phone. And Neil, tell us about your terrible date.
Oh, wait a minute. It wasn't that bad.
Really? Are you sure? Because reading your email, I was like, ow, ooh. And then that happened?
What?
Damn.
Ow.
I am so curious how Neil could think that this is okay and you think it's horrible.
Yeah. Neil, first of all, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name is Andrea.
And how'd you meet Andrea?
We met on an online dating service.
Okay.
Oh, well, very formal name for it, sir. Yes.
Oh, well, I guess so.
And what did you like about her?
I thought she was cute. She seemed really nice, and I liked her profile, and so we chatted on the phone a little bit.
Oh,
On the phone,
oh,
actually.
What? Wait, like voices?
I know. Can you believe it? I actually talked to a human being on the phone.
Weird.
I'm shocked right now.
Time travel.
No wonder she's not calling you back, you weirdo.
Yeah, it's like you're dating back in the 60s
Yeah.
or something.
What's wrong with you?
I thought it was the right thing to do. I guess.
Maybe,
Actually-
I don't know.
As much as we're making fun of you, Neil, I actually think that it's a really nice move.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it shows that you're actually interested, and I assume you guys had a good conversation since you went out on a date after it.
Yeah, we had a nice chat and conversation, so I took her to a concert.
Okay.
Oh, fun.
That's cool. Like a big concert or?
No, it wasn't like the Rolling Stones. It was like a cover band kind of thing that played all kinds of party music, I guess.
That's so fun.
All right.
Cover band, okay. And what was it like the first time you guys met in person?
It was great. She was cute. We seemed to get along, and she gave me a hug, like, hi, how are you? I said, oh, this is going to be nice.
Okay, what's the awful part, though? Because Jubal painted it as this horrible evening.
And over. Like,
Yeah.
ugh, ouch. Ooh.
Well, first thing she did, she was talking about my profile picture and how, I had facial hair, but I shaved because, I figured, let me, I'm going on a date. Let me shave up. So maybe that freaked her out or something. Or, made her
Yeah,
feel weird.
You show up and you're a different person. A lot of times that will scare people.
How different did you look, Neil?
I guess I had like a kind of a full goatee, and then I kind of shaved it all off.
Wow. She was willing to go out with you and had a goatee. You must have a lot of game on the phone.
That's what I'm thinking, Jubal. I think, if anything, she'd be thankful that thing was gone.
Tell us about the concert, because the details that you put in your email, like I said, it sounds like it didn't go very smoothly.
Well, we were dancing, having a good time, but just out of nowhere, she started talking about, comedy, and she started saying how much she likes Kevin Hart as a comedian.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of people.
I hate Kevin Hart.
What? Who hates Kevin Hart? I thought everyone loves Kevin Hart.
Neil does not like Kevin Hart.
Number one, he's overrated. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, hello, been there, done that.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are the legends.
And he's like 2'4". I mean, come on.
All right.
And he's
so
short.
he's short
You
and
don't
you find
like
him
because he's short.
unfunny.
So, I told her, look, Kevin Hart's not funny. And she just started like arguing back and forth how brilliant he is. And I just looked at her and said, he's just not funny.
Oh.
That's always good to start an argument with your date.
She brought it up, and I just told her the truth. I mean, the truth hurts.
You can't hold back for a second if you're on a first date and just go, yeah, okay, cool.
Look, what was I going to do? I can't lie to her. I don't want to start off the date relationship by lying. What if she brought home a bunch of Kevin Hart videos on our second date? Oh, my God.
Yeah,
What?
I know, right?
Why would you do that? There's like a lot of facts, including his paycheck, that back up that he's funny. And two, why even argue about it? Just say, oh, he's not my favorite, and move on.
Maybe I should have did that, but, by the way, just because you get paid a lot of money doesn't mean you're funny.
Well,
I mean, I never walked into a bank and got laughs.
yeah. What happened after you guys argued about Kevin Hart?
Well, then we, of course, a couple of good tunes came on, and we started dancing. And I actually had this full beer, and I kind of, spilled it on her. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
How much of the beer did you spill on her?
I think the lady behind me bumped me, but I guess like more than half the mug fell into her, kind of hit her on her jeans and on her sweater and stuff.
Oh, that sucks,
So you
man.
argued about Kevin Hart, and then you dumped a beer on her, is what it sounds like.
Did you apologize?
Of course I did. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. But,
Okay, that's
Well, I will say that one's an accident. I mean, it sucks, but it's an accident.
if Kevin Hart did it, I'm sure she wouldn't have mind.
Yeah. That guy can
Back
do
to Kevin
anything,
Hart.
right?
been the funniest beer spill
Yeah,
ever.
it would have been funny, like slapstick.
So after you argued with her and then spilt a drink on her, how did you guys end things?
Well, I thought we recovered from that. And then she just said, you know what, I got to go. And she left.
Oh, yeah, you didn't recover from that
Yeah,
then.
no.
Not at all.
No hug
Yeah.
or kiss?
No, but I did text her. I just said, sorry about the beer. Didn't mean to do that. Though we made a connection. But also that, Kevin Hart, still not funny.
Wait,
He
like
told
you
her.
didn't give it up? You even put it in writing form about Kevin Hart?
Look, if she was a good sport and was into me, she would have thought that was funny. That was the
Yeah.
Remember,
And it
she
doesn't-
doesn't know funny because she likes Kevin Hart.
That's
so
a good point. It doesn't sound like she thought it was funny because she's not calling you back, and she also left in the middle of your date.
Well, look, even though it didn't end well, I still want another chance. You know, she was cute, she was nice, and I know we made a connection,
Okay.
even though we had some differences.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date. All right.
All right.
All right, man. Hang on. Is there anything Kevin Hart is not involved in? He's in like everything in Hollywood. Every movie that
point.
comes out has Kevin Hart. Every TV show has something to do with Kevin Hart. He's the biggest name in comedy, and now he's involved in a second date. And he ruined Neil's potential for another date because
guy.
Neil is on the phone for a second date. And if you missed the first part, he got into an argument with his date about whether or not Kevin Hart is funny. His date, Andrea, does like Kevin Hart, and Neil was not afraid to let her know that he didn't like Kevin Hart. And then after that, he spilled a beer on her,
yeah.
which he says is by accident, and then she left, and she hasn't called him back. So we're fighting an uphill battle here, Neil.
Well, hey, listen, not funny is not funny.
Okay.
But I'm not talking about Kevin Hart
All right,
now. I'm
now
not-
this is not.
Yeah.
I feel like this is all this is going to turn into
Yeah.
is a discussion of Kevin Hart.
You know, I mean, what can I tell you? I mean, his movies suck too. His stand-up is overrated.
Oh my God!
All right, Neil.
Neil.
We need to focus on trying to get you another date. So we need to drop Kevin Hart for a little while and talk about Andrea and call her.
Wow, that's the best thing I heard all day.
All right.
Okay. And, Neil, can I ask you though? I mean, bigger picture. If you guys have two very different, sets of humor, do you think that this is going to be able to work out?
Hey, look, it's good to have differences, you know. If people are the same and they fall in love, that would be kind of a boring relationship, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, look, my parents have been married forever, and they argue all the time. Spices it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I guess
that's what
that's
you're
the
looking for. I
secret
see.
to a long relationship.
Yeah.
So.
Correct, huh?
Well, I'm just saying, that's what kind of thing I'm looking for.
All right.
And you
Well-
found it. You found it in her.
We'll call Andrea right now and see if she's ready to argue with you on another date. Okay, Neil?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Andrea?
This is?
Andrea, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh. Hi.
Hi, what was that sound you made?
That was her surprise sound. I think.
Almost like a hiccup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the hiccups?
No, that was just my surprise sound.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Any idea why we're calling you?
I hope I won something.
No, you don't listen to the show very much. We never call people to give them anything.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, you don't listen to the show very much, do you? The reason why we're calling is because somebody emailed us about you for a second date.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you could be winning another date. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
You've been on many dates recently?
It sounds like she's been on many bad dates recently with the oh boy answer.
I have been on a date, recently.
And how did it go?
It wasn't the best.
Okay.
I think we're talking about the same
Yeah, I
date.
think we might be talking about the same guy. His name's Neil.
Yeah. That's his name.
The one. And Neil, not a Kevin Hart fan, is he?
No, it's not Kevin Hart fan. What can I say? It was just not the best matchup there on the online dating.
Was it the Kevin Hart argument, or I mean, not necessarily that he didn't like Kevin Hart, but the fact that he wouldn't let it go because he
No. That had really. I mean, that was that was sort of uncalled for, but it wasn't. No, it was not the thing.
Oh, really?
No, the biggest thing was that he just didn't really look like his profile picture.
Oh, he told us that too. He told us
forgot
that.
about
He
that
did
part.
tell us that. He said that he used to have a goatee. By the way, props to you for giving a guy with a goatee a shot. But he had it shaved by the time he met you.
He looks about 15 or 20 years younger in his profile picture than he did when we met.
Did you say 15 or 20?
Years?
At least. I don't know. It was it must have been just a really, really old picture because I mean,
So what were you thinking when you saw him and he was so much older? Were you like, oh man, this guy might break a hip while we're at this concert?
Yeah, no. It was. I mean, it was a little shock. I mean, he wasn't like crotchety or anything, but.
How old do you think he is?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but he did give me a hint when he spilled his beer on me.
What?
Was it Parkinson's setting in or something? I mean, how did he give you a hint that he was
Who are you?
old?
That's so messed up, Jubal.
I mean, I just confused how that would be a hint.
What did he do?
The cover band was playing kind of a wide range of music, and all of a sudden they start playing Huey Lewis and the News, and he just jumps up and down his beer goes everywhere. He's like, I haven't heard this since college, and I'm like, oh my god, I wasn't even born.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Since college.
Yes. I mean, isn't that the 80s? That's the 80s.
I think so.
I don't know.
So how old is
I can't
he?
even think of what that song would be.
Do you know what song it was?
It was like, Hip to Be Square.
Oh my god, that's
All right.
super old.
Something like that. I don't. Oh my god.
I don't even
You
know
guys
that.
can talk more about it. I'm gonna Google it real quick to see when that song came out.
Yeah.
So if you had to give him a number, how old do you think he is?
Actually, you know what, Andrea? Let's just ask him because he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yep.
Neil.
Hey,
Neil!
hey, Andrea. When's the last time you looked at your profile picture?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, what is that?
Dang.
Neil!
Holy crap.
I mean, have you looked at your profile picture? I was assuming I was meeting someone around my age.
Oh.
At least it was taken in this decade. You couldn't say that for yours. That's the 90s. It's in the 90s.
Oh.
Oh my God, you're making me sound like I'm B. Arthur or something like that.
Who's B. Arthur?
Arthur.
I'm just saying.
I think she was a golden girl.
B. Arthur was a golden girl?
I think so.
Andrea, how do you not know who B. Arthur is? Golden Girl? Oh my God.
What's a
Her
golden
comedic
girl?
timing is unbelievable.
Okay.
She is
So-
funny now that I know who she is.
Neil, I'm starting to believe Andrea now that you're older than you say you are.
Listen, I'm a few years older than her, I'll give you that, but it's not like she was, 19 years old over there. I mean, come on now.
Wait, so now you're saying that it's okay that you lied about your age because she looks old?
I didn't lie. It just didn't come up until, a good Huey Lewis song came on and I got a little excited. But I mean,
You got to tell people how old you are before you meet them, or at least use a recent picture, man. I mean, come on.
you know what? I'm only a few years older than you, so let's not get
You are
carried
at
away.
least 15 years older than me, man.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I'll
I'm
tell you what.
surprised
You know what?
don't understand the comedy of Kevin Hart. It is not of your generation.
Oh,
maybe-
there it is.
It's actually a good point.
You know what? Why don't we go on another date and we can get our profiles picture taken at the same time? How about
Oh my God.
Neil, how old are you? It is killing me. Will you please tell me how old you are?
Why would I tell you anything about how old I am?
Because we're trying to see if Andrea is right or not about your age.
Yeah, but listen, I'm in shape. I'm healthy. I make a good living. Then
Then if you're so in
like
shape,
Richard Pryor more than Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
Yeah,
that
that's
sort
true.
of says it.
You did
Neil?
make a Rolling Stones
Yeah.
reference when we first talked to you.
I remember that.
And then you talked about older comedians. And I went on Wikipedia while you guys were talking.
Yeah.
Hip to Be Square, that Huey Lewis song, 1986.
What?
Really?
You were in college in 1986,
boy.
Neil?
Oh, man.
Hey, you know what? You guys are killing me with this age thing. You know what? Let me tell you something. Age is just a number.
Yeah, a number that you have to be honest about.
Listen, by the way, that was a younger reference. You guys are making fun of me because of that, but that was R. Kelly.
Yeah, not necessarily a younger reference still,
Yeah,
Neil.
that's still pretty old.
Are you kidding me? No one in that room knows the reference? R. Kelly? I mean, you're in the music business. He's the guy who peed on people. How did you not know that?
We know
Yeah,
we know who R. Kelly is.
Yeah.
He just hasn't really been relevant for a few years.
Or a decade.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm going to end up at a Green Day concert. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Green Day.
What are you doing, dude?
Yes.
Oh my God. Change your profile picture and stop trying to get younger women, Neil.
Hey, when's the last time you looked at your website? I mean, hello, Airbrush City over there.
All right. Neil, I'm just going to put you out of
Wow.
your misery. Misery, that was an old movie you probably remember.
Kathy Bates. Right?
Yeah, Kathy Bates was in that, Neil. Andrew, would you like to go out with Neil on a second date? We will pay for it.
If I wanted to date my grandfather's best friend, I would say yes, but no.
Oh.
And good luck with your Social Security, Mr. Neal.
This is crazy. You know what I mean? You meet a nice guy, maybe he's got a couple years on you, shows you to a nice time, and you're blowing him off over an age. You know what? That's the problem with the kids today. They're always on the computers and everything.
Thank you for confirming everything for us, Neil.
You whippersnappers.
Appreciate it.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of times when you go out on a date, you're just hoping to get through it. Like, you want it to be good, but you also want to make it to the end with nothing bad happening or no awkward moments so that maybe you can go on a second date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the guy on the phone for a second date update today, his name is Aiden. Aiden met a beautiful girl, asked her out. They went for dinner. Food was good. Good conversation.
Awesome.
He made it almost to the end. And at dessert, his world came crashing down.
Oh, no,
And his date
Aiden.
unraveled.
Oh,
You'll
no.
hear his story right now and find out what happened in just a second. But first, Aiden, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey guys, how's it going today?
Good. So tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. How did you meet her?
It was one of those nights when you go out and you're not looking for anything, and sure enough, that's when your world just, changes. I was just at a bar with a couple of friends, just having a good time. Meeting a woman was the last thing on my mind, and then this girl comes walking into the bar, and everything just went slow motion except for her. And
Whoa.
she was, yeah,
Are you like typically this romantic of a man?
not at all. I'm usually a real jerk.
Okay.
This is something new.
Yeah, this was like one of those things that all your friends who are in love tell you about, and you're like, "No, you guys are idiots." And,
Yeah.
and it just had never happened to me until that night. And I'm not an overly confident guy when it comes to the ladies, but it was one of those things. She walked by me the first time, and I was just so taken aback, and it just popped into my head. I'm like, you know what? Everything else be damned. I have to find a way to meet this woman.
So what did you say to her? How'd you approach her then if you were nervous?
After the world stopped spinning and everything, I just kind of pulled myself together, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna walk up while she's with 8 women. So probably about 5-10 minutes go by, and she just takes a walk to the bathroom, and just when she's on the way,
You followed her into the bathroom. Good work. That's the best way to do it. Yeah.
I will say it does sound like you're going from like totally swoon worthy to a little bit clingy.
No, I've never had luck when it's like 8 women and me, and I walk up. So just when she came walking by the bar area that I was at, I just said, excuse me. And I had all these great smooth things I wanted to say in my head, and instead it came out sounding so cheesy. It was just, hey, how does it feel to be the most beautiful woman in the room?
Oh.
And she just kind of looked at me, laughed, paused for a minute, and then just walked right on by me.
Yeah, I'd keep
How-
walking too. That is so cheesy.
Sounds like a fairy tale meeting to me.
Yeah, I froze. I don't know why. I had so many other original things to say, and I went with that.
It sounds
Hey,
like you,
sweetheart, how's it feel to be the most beautiful woman in this room?
Well, yeah, when you say it, it sounds creepy. Yeah, but
That's how I picture you saying it. Also, like holding out like a little gun with your hand, like, yeah. You go ahead and move along to the bathroom and think about what Daddy just told you.
How did you come back from that and convince her to go out with you?
I think after I went outside and smacked myself in the head a couple of times and called myself stupid, I went back inside. I walked over to her. I'm like, look, about what I said earlier, I know it came off as cheesy and a line, but I meant it. And she just looked at me and she smiled and she's like, you're very sweet. I'm like, well, thanks. And I never do this, but if you allow me to, I would love to take you out to dinner. And we exchanged numbers, and that's all that happened that night.
So tell us about dinner then. How was that?
I got there early and got the table, and when she came walking in, it was the same thing all over again. Man, she just took the attention of everybody in the room. This girl, she doesn't have a bad side. She's amazing. And the thing that caught me is the night I saw her at the bar, she was just wearing like jeans and a top. And this night she was wearing a dress. And I don't know how else to explain it other than there's some women that can wear a dress, and then there's some women that just wear a dress. And when she walked in wearing a dress,
She was wearing that dress.
That dress
all the
wasn't
way
working.
on her body. Nice.
oh my God, I'm pretty positive some other guys in the restaurant got in trouble with their wives and girlfriends that night because there wasn't a head that did not turn when she went by.
Okay, so but how
And,
was actually like dinner with her when you guys were sitting down talking and everything? Was it good? Did she seem interested in you?
It turned out we had a lot of similar interests, and what's really funny is you wouldn't know it to look at her. She's so beautiful and mild, but she's like tomboy through and through. So just awesome. I mean, beautiful girl, into sports, and not just like, oh, I like watching sports because my boyfriend likes watching it. Like we were just going back and forth. Like the whole time in my head, I was going, there was something that night at the bar that told me to talk to her, and this was it. It was like I was meant to be hanging out with this woman.
So the whole time with her was awesome. Obviously, you liked it a lot. She seemed to be having a good time. Tell us about what happened when dessert came.
Well, when dessert came, we got like the triple layered chocolate cake killer thing. And it comes out and they put it in the center table, and we're just both sitting there picking at it with our forks. And the check came, and I went to pull my wallet out, and I guess I had been out like the night before. I didn't put my credit card back in the normal place. So at first I was freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, great, perfect first date, and now I can't. But so I'm digging through my wallet looking for it, and I found it. But just as I found it, all the cards, all the business cards come flying out, dumping onto the table, and then right into what's remaining of our chocolate cake, a condom goes flying into the cake.
Yeah.
No way.
How
Hey,
awkward timing.
now that we had this dessert, you know what would go better with it? Some latex. What do you think, lady? Go back to my pad?
I just saw my whole world come crashing inward.
What was her reaction when she saw a condom in the dessert?
She just stared at it for a second, looked at me and said, well then, and kind of cocked her head. And then it was just horrific frozen face, and then she just busted out laughing.
Okay, so she seemed to take it pretty cool.
Yeah, we both started laughing. It was like that awkward. It was that moment where I'm like, do I pull the condom out of the cake? Because obviously I don't want to be the guy, it's got chocolate on now. Do I put that back in my... It became a thing. I hope she didn't think I was carrying it around for a reason. Like, I hope she wasn't thinking, oh, he was expecting to get something, tonight. It was just in there, been in there for a long time. To be honest, I totally forgot it was in there.
If you feel like everything went cool after the whole condom debacle, why did you put in your email that you think that's the reason she might not be calling you back?
Well, that's the only thing I can think that went wrong.
Okay.
When it comes down to it, that is the only thing that whole night that could have possibly caused the total 180 on, returning calls and talking with me.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
I'd appreciate it.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, Aiden is on the phone. Today he wants to call a girl named Summer. He had something very, very, very awkward happen on his first date. At the end of the date, when he was trying to pay, he was looking through his wallet because he couldn't find his debit card, and he accidentally spilled some stuff on the table, and a condom fell out of his wallet and into the dessert. Now, normally I would say that this is like the most awkward thing I've ever heard on a date, but we've been doing these second date updates for so long now that I'm like,
That's how I feel too.
not really that bad, actually, compared to some of the other stuff we've heard. So at least there's that, Aiden. So he thinks that he might not be getting a call back because she saw the condom and was like, oh, he's expecting to be getting some. Or, oh, he was trying to give me a little hint by dropping it in my dessert. Like, hey, that was sweet. This is going to be sweeter. Something like that. Any last words before we make the phone call?
Talking with you guys just made me feel really optimistic about it because after I ran it all through, I'm like, yeah, no, why wouldn't she call me back? We had a great time.
All right, cool. I'm going to dial the phone number right now and get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Summer there?
Yeah, this is her. Who is this?
Hey, Summer, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a morning radio show. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey,
Summer.
I'm calling you today because one of our listeners emailed us about you and asked if I could get you on the phone to ask you a few questions.
Who emailed you?
His name is Aiden, and you went out on a date with Aiden not too long ago. He asked if we could get you on the phone somehow and find out why you're not calling him back.
This is kind of weird.
I know. It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. Do you mind telling us why you don't want to call Aiden back?
I don't think that's a good idea. Aiden's a really, really sweet guy.
Okay. There's got to be some issue if he's a really sweet guy and you don't want to see him again.
I mean, I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't know. I don't feel right about it.
I think you're hurting his feelings right now by not calling him back with no reason. Yeah. Can you give me some sort of information so I can at least tell him?
I think he should understand why.
Was it the condom in your dessert?
Just saying that is awesome.
Oh, my God, he told you that?
Yeah, he did. Well, he told us because he feels like that's why you're not calling him back. He said it was an accident, but he thinks you might have assumed that he thought the evening was going to end up with him using the chocolate-covered condom.
Well, that was just one of the things that he did.
Okay, well, what else did he do then? Like, he knows that he messed up, but...
Yeah, I mean, he's a super romantic guy, and he's so sweet, and he's so kind, but it's almost like he doesn't understand the line between romantic and creepy.
Oh, I could see that totally. Like, even just him explaining your date, he's a lot.
It's flattering to a point, but he went, he'd give me a compliment, but he just went way over that.
Like, he just kept complimenting you too much?
Yeah, like at dinner, he couldn't stop talking about how my dress was clinging to my body.
Whoa.
All right. Maybe he was trying to compliment the dress and it just came out the wrong way. I've done that before.
Yeah, but then he started talking about how my walk is so graceful. Where did I learn such a graceful walk and how to sway like that?
Okay. So he's just pouring it on thick.
Like way too thick.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could chalk that up to him being nervous. And
Yeah, I understand, but it made me uncomfortable. Like, I was really uncomfortable during the whole date.
Was it that bad, really?
Whoa.
When we sat down at the table, he leaned in and said the instant he saw me, he became aroused.
What?
Whoa.
Aroused? He used the word aroused.
He said aroused.
Wrong.
Wow. That, again, like I said, maybe he just chose the wrong way to describe it.
Oh, that word's so icky.
I mean, he was just way too forward. And then when the condom fell in the dessert, it was like the cherry on top of the weird date cake.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about anything else besides how beautiful and arousing you are?
I mean, a little bit. I try to steer the conversation towards sports. I thought maybe that would stop him and, get him to start thinking about something else.
And he'd just be like, hey, what time is it? And you're like, I don't know. It's high noon on my sundial because I'm thinking you are a hot lady. That's just pretty much how it was. Everything came back to...
You were so creepy.
Everything came back to him just perving out over you, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. The whole date went, just like that.
Oh my God,
All right.
I'm dying over that.
That is,
I'm sorry.
that's understandable then. I can see how that would be kind of weird if somebody just wouldn't, to sit down and somebody just tell you they're aroused right away.
Yeah, that's strange. Did you like anything about the date at all?
He is really nice. I can tell, just deep down, he's a really good person, and I don't think he needs to be creepy. Mm-hmm. But somebody just needs to sit him down and tell him, where the line is between romantic and creepy.
Why don't you do it? Because he's actually on the line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
Hi, Summer.
Oh, Aiden.
I was trying to compliment you. Creepy?
Oh my God!
Really? I was just trying to give you compliments.
You could just tell a girl that she looks nice and leave it at that.
Look nice. I told you look nice. I told you were gorgeous.
You told me you were aroused.
Yeah, I was aroused, but I didn't mean it physically. God, no, I meant it my senses felt heightened around you.
Yeah. It's a bad choice of words, man.
Still feels like one sense.
Yeah. You have to figure out a different way to phrase that. It just creeps a girl out.
Summer, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever met. You literally make me tingle. Like my whole body just trembles when I'm close to you.
Oh my God.
That's something you don't need to tell a girl. That's not what you say on a first date.
Aiden, you just met her. You don't know that much about her. How can you say she's all of these things?
I just wanted her to know how good she was making me feel. I mean, it was like being on a drug when I was around her, and I felt like she had the right to know that.
Yeah, that drug was Viagra. I think.
Ain't it? Well, it's all very flattering. It's a lot for somebody to take in. You know, it's like you're more worshiping me than actually being on the date. It just gets a little bit creepy.
I'm sorry if you felt like I was saying too much, but I'm not going to say I'm sorry for telling you you're beautiful. You're beautiful, and you deserve to be told that. That's just how it is.
See, that's sweet.
But once is enough, though. And there's better ways of saying it than telling me you're aroused right when I sit down.
Still so crazy.
Still sounds bad.
All right. I agree. Maybe I chose poorly. If I promise to tone it down, as you say, would you be willing to give me another chance?
Summer, would you like to go out with Aiden again? We'll pay for it.
I don't think that he is going to tone it down.
I think you should give him a second chance. I mean, I see the creepiness, but he's well-intentioned.
Yeah.
I promise. I was just really excited to be spending time with you.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy. He just needs to learn new words for being excited. And excited's not the right word to use, so don't use that one either. But I think that's it. Summer, would you go out with him again?
You promise me you won't talk about my body and how my dress looks and my beautiful eyes. You won't say any of those things?
I promise I'll try my best, but it's hard. It's hard.
Summer, will you do it? Just one more chance. What's the worst that could happen? You sit with a dude who tells you how awesome you are.
Yeah.
I mean, he is really sweet. I would give him one more chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
So excited.
Congratulations, Aiden. You got your second date.
Thank you.
And Summer,
So cute.
enjoy yourself. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. This whole thing was very arousing. So thank you for that.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Yeah.
There's only you.
It is Valentine's Day, right?
I love love.
Special Valentine's Day second date
Oh, I
update.
feel like there's so much extra pressure on this one.
Hopefully it ends very poorly.
No,
That would make
Jubal.
my Valentine's Day wonderful. We're about to talk to Dylan right now. Dylan emailed us about a girl named Nikki. Dylan, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, how are you? Happy Valentine's
I'm all
Day.
right.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I feel like he needs to talk in a softer voice.
Dylan. Happy Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
Jubal.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, Dylan.
I'm not going to stop until you say it back to me, Dylan. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, all right.
There it is, Dylan.
Dylan, why don't you tell us about the girl that you want us to call for you?
Her name is Nikki. We've known each other for, it's been like 10 years now. We met in college.
Oh.
She's just an awesome, awesome girl. We got along really well, and just over the past 10 years, you know, there's always been, I think, something between us, but it's one of those situations where she's always dating someone or I'm dating someone, and recently she broke up with the guy that she had been seeing, or I guess he dumped her. So this is the first time in, I guess, in recent memory where we're both single, and I just feel like it's the right time to sort of make my move, because it's been hanging out now for the last 10 years, and it's always been something that I've wanted, so might as well go for it, you know?
You want to pick up that rebound.
Yeah. Get her while she's vulnerable. Dylan, are you saying that you didn't go on a date with her yet? This is going to be the first time you've talked to her about your feelings?
So it's kind of strange because, like I said, we're friends and we hang out with a group of friends, and we took her out to sort of raise her spirits. And that night, we just sort of walked off, the two of us, and we had a couple of drinks, and she just said, I really just want to find somebody that I can create a life with, and somebody who's a good friend as well as like, a partner, like a romantic partner.
Right.
Wow.
And so I wasn't sure if she was giving me sort of a signal like, make your move or don't, but I felt like it was sort of her way of saying like, yeah, I think I feel the same way that you do.
So you feel like she might have been hinting at the fact that she has an attraction to you too?
Yeah, I mean, she's known that we've been friends for a long time, and I sense it, and I'm sure she senses that there's an attraction there between the two of us. It's not a one-sided thing. So, yeah, I think she was sort of inviting this.
Okay.
Did you go ahead then, or did you not go ahead? Like, in that moment, did you take that moment to kiss her? It sounds perfect.
No, I didn't kiss her.
Dylan.
I wanted to, but we were also there to cheer her up. She had just broken up with somebody, and I don't want to seem like, I don't want to be just like a quick rebound sort of thing. It's a little more special than
You're
that.
at a party for her to feel better from being broken up with. Might not be the best time if you like want a long relationship with this girl to try to swoop in there. Maybe ask her for like a legit date and talk to her about it, then just being like, forget about that guy. Let's do this. It's like being at a funeral, just being like, hey, we should get out of this place, shouldn't we?
I like that. Like being at a funeral. I like when he died.
I like that Jubal is promoting being a gentleman right now.
I know.
And
Right?
Brooke's like,
weird.
do it, kiss him.
You should just jump on her right there.
Yeah, come on, that would be,
Get
like,
in the
sweet.
picture.
Wait, are you wanting our help to like make this declaration of love and ask her out on a date?
Yeah, I'd like to do something kind of special, so.
Oh, we should totally do it.
On Valentine's Day.
Nope, we're not going to do it.
Yes, we
Yep.
are.
We just talked to this guy for 4 minutes to not do it.
Hey.
What do you guys think? All right. Hey, Dylan, we're going to call her right after this. All right, we're going to play a song, come back, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
It is a special Valentine's Day second date update. I figure we should start that with the most romantic song ever written.
Oh, yeah?
I don't
Yeah.
trust you.
If I was your boy,
That's right. The beautiful tones of one Justin Bieber is going to get us into this part of the second date update because Dylan wants to call his friend Nikki and ask if he can be her boyfriend.
Don't play this music.
Yeah.
Dylan, how long have you known Nikki?
10 years.
10 years. She recently broke up with a longtime boyfriend. They hung out like in a group of friends the other night at her post-breakup party when everybody got together to make her feel good. Dylan says that they went off into the corner and talked, and she was giving him a vibe. And he thinks that she knows that he's into her too. So he wants us to call her right now and sort of break the news that he wants to date her.
It's been 10 years, and this is the first time I'm saying this, so I'm a little nervous about it.
Cool. I wouldn't worry about it because it usually doesn't complicate things. So, you're good.
You felt this way for longer than just the other night, right?
She's always been on my radar, and I have just realized in the last year and a half that she's somebody who I could really see being with.
Yeah.
And now is the perfect timing.
God, I hope it works out. Please
She's
work it
battered
out.
and broken.
And it's a really low-key, not stressful day.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Not on Valentine's Day. This is everything's aligning for you right now.
Yeah, and on the radio.
Dylan. Okay. Here we go. You ready to call her?
Yeah, as ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here we go.
Good luck, Dylan.
I'm excited.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Nikki, please?
this is Nikki.
Nikki, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's creepy.
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm fine. This is the radio.
Yes. I'm calling because I wanted to talk to you for a second about a friend of yours named Dylan. You know Dylan, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, Dylan has been a friend of yours for how long? Like 10 years?
Yeah, 10 or 11 maybe. Yeah.
All right. So you guys have been friends for a long time. Dylan recently told us that you went through a breakup. Sorry to hear that.
Okay. This is very personal.
He didn't tell us, that's all he said. He didn't give us any of the details. If you want to give me some of the details, I'll listen. But
That's not why we're calling.
he just said that you recently went through a breakup and he ended up hanging out with you and a bunch of friends the other night. And he said that when you guys were out the other night talking, you were saying how you wanted a boyfriend who was also a good friend and everything else. And he felt like you were giving him signals like you might be interested too. So Dylan wanted us to call you and ask if you would be interested in going out with him.
Dylan wants to take me on a date, like a romantic date.
Yes, the most romantic date ever.
Oh my God, tonight?
I don't know when. He just said he wants to take out, but tonight would be perfect. It is Valentine's Day.
Oh my God.
What do you think of Dylan?
He's a great guy.
That sounded like you just sort of slugged him on the shoulder, like, you're a nice buddy.
Well,
You're nice.
Yeah, he's like my brother.
Oh, no.
Okay, we don't want to hear
Whoa, 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 whoa! I am like your brother. Come on, Nikki.
Dylan?
Yeah, Nikki, that's Dylan. He was on the other line listening. Sorry about that.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm a little confused because the other night when we were sitting outside and you were talking about you want to date somebody who's a friend, maybe I'm completely wrong, but Nikki, I think you were giving me all the signals to say, like, go for it. At least that's what it seemed like to me.
I am so sorry. That is not what I was intending for it to be, like, at all.
So you literally think of Dylan as a brother and not in sexual way or any sort of attractive way at all?
No, not at all. And furthermore, I would feel a little bit uncomfortable dating two people at the same time.
What?
You're dating somebody?
You just broke up with somebody.
Hey, she's gonna rebound. Don't mess with her. All right.
Well,
who are you dating?
No, I mean, not seriously, obviously, but Scott just asked me out. Our buddy Scott.
Another
Are you kidding me? Are you serious? When did he ask you out?
Like yesterday.
What a mother.
Dylan, is Scott a good friend of yours?
I told Scott that I was going to ask you out. Like, this is unreal to me. I confided in him. I told him how I felt about you, and this is what he does. He goes out and asks you out.
Oh, this is not how I want a Valentine's
I
Day.
have no idea. He, to be totally honest, had some stuff to say about you too. Like, I don't know what you guys have going on between you, but
Nikki,
clearly you guys need to have this discussion. Maybe not on the radio.
Nikki, you're like that hot girl in the group of friends that every single dude wants to date, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe. That'd be great.
Okay.
That's okay.
I haven't been single in a long time. This is all very new for me.
So you're like hanging out with your friends as like sharks in a feeding frenzy.
Wait,
So Dylan, you talked to Scott and told him that you wanted to ask Nikki out, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you should go for it."
Yeah, he was like, cool, bro. That sounds like... And he even said, he's like, you guys, it seems like there's something there. Like, he recognized it as well.
Dude, that's breaking bro code.
Like, Nikki, I think you're really awesome, and it's just a little messed up that you would go out with this guy who's talking trash about somebody else, you know? Like, is that really who you want to date?
I know what I just said, but he wasn't being, like, crazy mean. He was just, like, you know, we were just talking about everybody. Like, you know, I've been spending a lot of time with my friends, and it's been really comforting right now, and it wasn't
but
like...
now knowing that I confided in him, and then he goes and backstabs me, like, just think about, look, if you don't have feelings for me, like, granted, that doesn't make me feel great, of course, but think about who you're dating now with this guy. Like, that's just not the road you want to go down.
You're doing the exact same thing to him. Also, how did I get in the middle of this all of a sudden? That is not what I
You did it because Dylan was smart enough to call us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dylan. Hey, Nikki, would love to offer you a date with Dylan, though. We'll pay for it. You're not seriously dating his buddy, Scott, who, frankly, did go behind his back and ask you out. You should think about that. So why don't you go out with Dylan instead? We'll pay for it.
I don't want to be rude, but would you pay for the date with Scott?
Oh, did she really
not
say that?
just say that, Nikki.
Oh,
I mean, I understood where you were coming from until then.
I don't know Scott, but he sounds like a go-getter, so maybe.
It just sounds like he must be really hot.
Yeah, is Scott hot, Nikki?
Yeah, he's not bad. He's, yeah.
Yeah. He's hotter than Dylan. That's what Nikki's saying. Dylan, do you have anything else to say to Nikki?
Oh, my gosh.
You know, I guess it changes the way that I sort of see you, and I wish that wasn't the case, but it does, so.
Whoa, no! We've been together through everything. You can't end our friendship over this.
You want to still stay friends, Nikki, after all this?
Yeah. I would like to pretend that none of this ever happened, to be totally honest.
Look, I mean, this whole thing with Scott, like,
Right.
I just think I need to step away from this circle of people. Like, it's just a little weird to me right now.
All I have to say is I am so glad a successful Valentine's Day second date. Love is grand. Not only a relationship ruined in the romantic sense, but also a friendship gone.
No.
God, I love Valentine's
What
Day.
have we done?
a little melted flour.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today, a girl named Tori is on the phone to do a second date update, and I'm guessing the dude that she wants to call must be hot. Because in her email, it says that he pursued her for a long time and just kept asking her out. So that's persistence, I think, if somebody's hot. If they're not hot, that's a restraining order. So she didn't get a restraining order. I guess she finally said yes, but now he's not calling her back. Tori, what's up? How are you?
Hey, yeah, he's pretty cute.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
If he wasn't cute, he'd be arrested by now, probably.
Yeah.
How is this guy pursuing you? Like, he found you online, or he's someone you know within your social circles?
No, I work at Starbucks, so he would come in like every day. You know, I would see him all the time. He would order the same drink. It was a grande triple non-fat mocha, no whip. And then after, he would ask me out. And it would be like cute, but I always there was always something. Like I was dating someone, or, you know, I just was like, I don't know, didn't trust him. Like not like didn't trust him, but just don't trust like any guy to like ask me out. So
how long did it take before he finally broke down your defenses and you said yes?
yeah, it was a year. It's been like 12 months.
Wow.
I mean, that sounds like actually a start of a cute story, but you're on the phone with us, so...
Something went wrong.
Yeah.
Why did you finally say yes?
Well, I was single for a while, and I found myself thinking about him a little more when I wasn't working. Like, he would kind of cross my mind. Like, I would be like, oh, Eric has that shirt, or something like that. Because I just, even though I don't really know him, I know him, like, we saw each other all the time, I don't know, I just started thinking about him. So, and I was single now, so I just thought, why not?
Okay, so when you said yes to him, what'd you guys do?
We met out for dinner. We went to a Thai restaurant. I enjoyed myself. Like, we had pretty easy conversation because there was already this, like, comfortableness of each other. And, like, he's pretty active. He, like, golfs, and I like to hike and do yoga. So I just thought, like, we have this, like, active lifestyle thing on top of just, like, liking each other. I thought,
were there any moments on the date that you would call, like, highlights?
I don't know. It's weird to find someone that likes scary movies as much as, like, I do. So that was kind of nice.
Was there any talk of, like, we should watch one together, you know, referencing future plans together?
Yeah, we, like, I feel like we, like, created a movie list because he hasn't seen it yet. And, like, oh, we got to go. We got to, like, I, like, watch all of them. Like, I don't know. I kind of was like I was going to be your first for it.
Your first for it.
Okay, any low lights from your date?
There was one part that now that I'm dissecting it, so I'll just tell you. We were at a Thai restaurant, and, like, I ordered something with 1 star of spicy, and he was like, whoa, what are you doing? Why are you only getting 1 star of spicy? We're at a Thai restaurant, and I was like, oh, well, I like Thai food, but I don't like spicy stuff, so that's why there's the option for that. And I didn't.
That's fine.
So he was judging you based on the level of spiciness that you ordered your Thai food?
Yes, and he got 4 stars, which is really spicy. He like kept going on about my 1 star of spicy, and he's like, oh, wow, you're not adventurous as I thought you were.
Wow. All right, judgy.
Yeah. It didn't feel like a dig, but now, because I have no idea what else that could be, but that seems just unplausible for someone to judge someone so harshly.
Right, and for someone to ask you out for an entire year, finally get the date, and then find out you only eat 1 star spicy food, and then that's the thing that makes it a no-go for him.
That's why I didn't even, like, I just kind of laughed it off, because clearly your spicy food level is not like a spice of life level necessarily.
How'd the date end?
We had a nice hug goodbye. He kissed me on my cheek, and it was just kind of like, are we going to kiss? And that's what I felt. I was like, because I got all like the butterflies, and then I get really shy. I didn't want to have Thai food breath and kiss him, but I felt like there was that possibility that could happen. Anyways, and then it was just like, okay, I'll talk to you later, and that was that, and I haven't heard from him since.
And have you seen him in the store? Because he's a regular customer of yours, right?
No, he hasn't come back at all. I feel like maybe something happened to him because he was in there almost every day, and I haven't seen him since.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, for someone to change their coffee habits is extreme.
Totally.
Yeah. So, help.
Yeah, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Well, can I ask a question before you guys do that first?
Sure.
So my question is, just because some of my guy friends have said this, and it's, I guess, more for Jubal, they say that I can be, like, a little annoying, like maybe I'm annoying on dates. Do you think I'm annoying?
I think you got a lot of words come out of your mouth. You talk a lot. Maybe that could be annoying to some people. I mean, I don't like to talk at all, so it could be annoying to me if I were on a date with you.
Oh, my God.
Or it's better because then you don't have to do any talking.
But
She's
then
got
it's
enough
just so
energy
much.
for both of you.
We could just both be quiet. I don't know. Well, we'll see.
So you're saying I really am annoying?
I'm saying there's a potential there.
Oh, my God.
But I don't know yet. I'd have to get to know you a little better, okay, Tori?
Poor Tori.
Oh, okay. Wow, I just learned a lot. Okay.
Right.
I don't feel annoying. I feel like myself, and myself might be really annoying. Oh, my God.
Well, we'll find out.
You're fine.
Try to get him on the phone. We'll play a song and then come back and get your second date update, okay?
Okay. Oh, boy.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Tori is on the phone, and she went out with a dude named Eric. He asked her out almost every single day for a year. I guess she works at Starbucks, and he would come in there, ask her out. She would say no until finally one day she said yes.
Aww.
And they decided to go out and get some Thai food. She said that they had a fun time. Can't really think of any reason that he wouldn't be calling back. But not only is he not calling her back, he hasn't even come in to get his normal coffee order. So something clearly went wrong. Tori, I never asked you, what was his reaction like when you finally said yes to him after he'd been trying for that long?
Oh, good question.
He was just in shock. He's like, wait, what? Really? Say it again. Will you go out with me? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, I would imagine he thought you were joking. Like, I wouldn't have believed you. If I've been trying for that long and you finally said yes, I'd be like, wait, what changed?
Yeah, you don't got to be mean about
Oh
it.
my God, you guys, I think that's such a cute visual too. Like, why is this guy screwing everything up by not calling you back?
I don't know. Please let me know, because I want to see where this could go.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Any last words before I do?
No, thank you. Godspeed. I'm sending some prayers up that it's all good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm dialing his phone number right now.
Hello?
I'm going to speak to Eric, please.
Yeah, this is Eric.
Eric, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From what?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, what's up? Did I win something, or?
No, well, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, in a second.
Okay.
Any idea why we'd be calling you?
I have no clue.
Okay. Well, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. So we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Wait. Who emailed you?
Somebody.
That's a dumb answer.
Okay. You mean, are you going to tell me, or?
Yeah.
When?
Eventually.
Hello?
Oh, hey. What's up, Eric? No, the person who emailed us, her name is Tori. You know her probably pretty well because I guess you've asked her out like almost every day for an entire year.
Oh, okay. She told you that?
Yep, she did. She told us that, and she told us about your date. She also told us that you're not returning any of her phone calls, and you haven't even come into the coffee shop since you guys went out.
Yeah, I had to switch where I get my coffee. You know, you go out on a date with somebody, and then it's kind of up in the air whether it went well or not, and it just is awkward to see them the next day if you're kind of on the fence about them. So
What? You asked this girl
Yeah.
out every day for an entire year, and in one dinner, suddenly you don't even want to see her again?
I didn't say I didn't want to see her again. I just I'm not sure about it.
Well,
Okay, so you're not sure if you're feeling her anymore after you guys went out.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just not sure. I mean,
Why? Is there anything specific?
yeah, I don't know. It's different when you kind of meet somebody in one environment and then you hang out with them in a different environment. They just don't seem to be the same person. Or I mean, I don't know. In this case, at least,
But I mean, like, don't you feel like you knew her pretty well, even though you guys had only hung out at the coffee shop? Like, seeing her every day for a whole year seems like you'd have a pretty good grasp on what type of person she was.
No, absolutely. I mean, I thought I did as well, but it's just a different dynamic there because, it's like I'm not sitting down and having a conversation really with her. I'm ordering my coffee, small chit-chat, how are things, way to go out with me? No. And then I'm on my way. I mean, that's kind of how it went for a year.
So
you know what I mean?
What was the change when you hung out with her for a long period of time that you didn't like?
Oh, man, I don't want to be mean, but she talked a lot. Listen, it was like just sitting there. It was more like a monologue than a dialogue with her. I mean, I was very tempted at one point just to be like, "Come up for air, please."
So you just felt like she talks way too much to hang out with?
I mean, yeah, it just you couldn't get a word in edgewise. And I mean, I'm interested in everything that you was saying, but you'd think that there'd be just a little bit more give and take. And I just don't know that if I can hang out with somebody that uses that many words.
Oh my God.
Just in general.
Yeah, come on. You got to give her a break, though. I mean, she's probably amped up. She's nervous. A lot of people, including myself, when you get nervous, you talk even more than you normally do. Like, she probably had a different type of energy on a first date than she would in normal life.
Yeah, I've kind of taken that into consideration. That's why I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'm not writing her off. I'm just literally thinking, can I handle this amount of just talking?
We did talk to her about your date, and I will say I'm kind of on the same page with you. Yeah, a lot of words, words coming out of her mouth. Lots.
Yeah, okay.
At a fast pace, too.
Yeah.
She speaks very quickly.
Be kind. She sounds fun. She sounds nice. She sounds energetic. She sounds positive.
Tiring. Sounds tiring to me.
She had a lot of positive things to say about you, Eric, and from her description, it sounded like she really listened when you did talk.
She did, and she is. I mean, again, this is why I'm on the fence. She, just like you said, she was all those things: sweet and kind and nice and attentive. I mean, but it's exhausting.
Well, if you think you're exhausted just thinking about it, she's actually on the other line and wants to talk to you or talk at you. I'm not sure.
Holy, really?
Yeah.
No.
Tori, are you still there?
What?
Hi.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm right
Hello?
here, Eric. Hi, Eric. Hi.
Hey.
I heard all that. Oh my gosh.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean.
No, I thought you were probably less mean than maybe other people on this phone conversation. But I didn't realize that I talk so much. So I'm sorry. It is a first date thing, and I'm used to just talking to people at the store a lot, and I got in my head about it, and I can totally not talk right now. I just want to let you know where I'm coming from. We're talking, and then when I wasn't talking, there was silence, so I just felt like I needed to talk more. But even though I did feel like we had a great conversation, so I'm sorry that I dominated it. I want to hear what you say.
Okay.
Because I can show you I don't have to talk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want you to not talk, or I want you to be yourself. It's just,
No, right. I totally get that. I think when I like someone, I just love gosh, I feel so stupid. I just really like sharing, and finding more things we have in common. So I think it's just because I was excited and we had seen each other so much, and now it was finally happening. So it was kind of a lot riding on it. I don't want to talk too much right now, so let me know if I'm talking too much. But I do just want to explain myself. That's why I am talking. It's hard because I want you to understand where I'm coming from, but I also I can't tell if I'm talking too much right now because you're not saying anything.
Yeah, is Eric still on the phone? Are you even still there anymore, Eric?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking she talks a lot.
Oh my God. Come on, you got to cut her some slack, Eric. I mean, she just heard some pretty harsh things about herself, and she didn't come in angry. She came in understanding.
Nervous, excited.
That's true. I mean, that's why I asked her out. I mean, she's nice, she's pretty,
Aww.
But I didn't expect the word load to be, like that heavy.
Oh my gosh. I never knew it was going to be this personal, because, okay, so I think that I just need to not talk right now and let Jubal handle it from here. Jubal, can you just take it over so I do not?
No, I think
maybe I should stick my foot in my mouth.
no, I think you're doing a great job. I think you should continue.
Oh my God, she is so freaking adorable. Eric, come on, man.
So this is about a second date. She wants to have a second date with me.
Yes, Eric, would you go out with Tori? Unless you want to do this, Tori. Well, we don't have time for you to do it. Would you like to go out on a second date with Tori? We will pay for it.
Sure.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm actually really excited too, Tori.
Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate you on this phone call, and
my
I'm
God.
also very excited to see Eric again.
Now, don't be so weirdly self-conscious on your next date, though.
Oh my God, I know. We'll have to do an activity so that there'll be other things to do besides talk.
Yes.
That's a good idea. I'm really excited about, going on a second date with you. I mean, you are super nice, super kind, really sweet. And I think if you were in a different situation than that where you weren't so nervous, maybe it could be a little bit more of a back and forth. So I'm definitely willing to give that a try.
Are we still talking?
Yes.
Or is this thing over? Congratulations, you guys got a second date.
Okay,
right.
awesome.
Thank you.
So cool. Okay.
Still going.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
The text in at 78592 says that dude should give her a word count
Come on.
before she has to let him talk. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude, Eric, wanted to call Tori. Well, Tori, I'm sorry, wanted to call Eric. They went out after he came into her coffee shop and asked her out almost every day for an entire year. She finally said yes, and they went out. And then he wasn't calling her back, so we got her on the phone, and he said that she just talks way too much.
And we can kind of sense that.
Yeah, she talked a lot.
She was high energy, is what I'm going to call her, because I am never going to hate on anyone who talks too much.
She just speaks her thoughts. She's like, "Am I talking too much? I think I am. I should probably stop."
She's going to be so in her head on the next date.
She said she was nervous, and we finally were able to convince Eric to give her another shot. And we'll see how the second date goes. So they are going out again, and maybe they'll go to the movies or something like that. Somebody else texted in and said they should go scuba diving. No way she can talk then.
Moving 92.5 Slate.
Now for your second date update. About a year ago, we had two people on the phone for what turned out to be one of the most dramatic second date updates we've ever done. It featured a guy named Andrew and a woman named Kate. If you haven't heard it before, we're about to replay it for you, and afterwards, we'll get a second date update from them to find out what's happened since their call and where they are at today. So keep listening because that's happening right now.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update is a little different from the others because the girl that's on the phone to do a second date update today has actually had 3 dates with the guy that she wants to call.
What?
Oh, that's breaking the rules. I mean, come on.
Normally the rule is 1 date and that's it.
Yeah.
Not 3 dates because that's kind of more of a relationship type
Yeah.
thing. And that's not a second date update. That'd be a 4th date update. But I went ahead and I talked to the girl and she offered me $1,000 cash if we would do the second date update for her anyway. And you know what? Rules are meant to be broken sometimes. So, Kate, you will have my PayPal request in just a little while, okay?
Yes, I'll get it right
All
out
right.
to you.
You didn't know this second date update was going to cost you $1,000, did you, Kate?
Well, I didn't, but I mean, I hope it's worth it. I swear, when you hear the story, you're going to understand why.
Okay, so your email said that you've been out on 3 dates with this guy, and now he's just stopped calling you. Tell us a little bit about him.
Okay, so his name is Andrew.
Uh-huh.
It sounds really cheesy, but we were doing like a volunteer charity event, and we met there, and we were working together, so we just had a lot of time, to like hang out and talk and stuff. And, we had a connection, and he asked me out on a date, and since then, it's just kind of been like a whirlwind, you know what I mean?
Like you're super into him and you see this going into like relationship status?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not like right now at this moment because I'm calling you for a reason, but no, it was definitely like, I felt like it was headed in that direction, yeah.
What did you guys do for your date? Dates, plural.
So my first date, It was actually really romantic. We went on one of those dinner cruises, which I probably would have hated if it was someone that I turned out not to be attracted to. But we had so much fun, you know. Like if I needed to be trapped on a boat with anyone, that would be the person that I would want to be trapped on a boat.
That's actually a good idea for guys to take girls on a dinner cruise date for the first date because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. But
it
does say that he was like really into you, because if a guy is going to devote that much time and energy into a first date, he's obviously wanting to impress you.
Yeah.
Screw time and energy, just cash. That's not a cheap date at all. Okay, so you went on a dinner cruise. That's cool. What'd you do for your other dates?
Yeah. The next date, we went on one of those like wine and tasting events at a bar, which was, you know, like super casual, and it was fun because there were other people there, and so we got to sort of like spend more time in a group of people and see what that dynamic is like, and it was really fun. And then my third one was so sweet because I was really stressed out at work, and I think I had mentioned it like a couple times in conversation, and so he booked us a couples massage.
What? That's like relationship status stuff.
Yeah. So we definitely like took our relationship to the next level after that, and I'm, you know, like starting to feel emotionally connected to him and putting in, you know, feelings and effort and time. And since then, it has been complete radio silence.
That's weird.
That is totally weird.
To put that much effort into all those dates.
I know.
And by effort, you still mean money, don't you?
Pretty much. But I mean, you don't buy somebody a couples massage if you don't care about them.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, I wouldn't spend that much money, and I just can't believe he's like spent that much money for just a hookup.
Right.
Like, that seems like a lot of work.
That was the first night you guys hooked up after the couples massage?
Yeah.
So he stopped calling you after the first night that you hooked up?
Yes, I know. It's like textbook. I know, but the lead up is so confusing because it's, you know, everyone's been in the hookup situation before, whether they like intended to or not. You know what I mean? And it usually doesn't have that much buildup. Usually someone doesn't put in that much time and effort and then go completely off the grid.
It sounds like he was doing all that just to get in your pants,
No,
if I'm
it
being honest.
doesn't.
Well, it does if he's doing all
Seriously, would you do that much?
I wouldn't know, but a lot of guys would. I mean, if he's putting in all that effort and then stops calling you the moment that you guys hook up, sounds like that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also, like, in my head, I'm kind of like wondering, was he like just getting out of a relationship and did he fix things? Did he go back to someone? And like all of it is totally like, if that were the case, you know, life happens. Some kind of answer, just some kind of conversation telling me what happened.
That's where my mind goes to. I think, did you stay the night at his house?
Yeah.
What was it like in the morning?
It was really nice. It wasn't like hookup. You know what I mean? If you know when it's a hookup, you're a woman. You know, like you've been there. You know.
No, most women don't know when it's a hookup. I'll tell you that much.
I totally disagree with that. No,
I disagree too. With
No,
that too.
most don't know. That's why there's clingy women who will text you after and think that they're in a relationship when they're not. It happens all the time. I'm sorry.
I think she's right. I think the majority of women know when a hookup is just a hookup.
I completely agree.
Okay, well, maybe the guy's a player and he's really good at it and you don't know.
If that's what he's doing, he's really good.
So I'm sure you've thought about it a ton then. If you don't think it's just a hookup thing and he was just kind of using you, then what do you think it is?
I'm trying to think of anything at this point. I mean, that's why I need your help.
I'm really interested to see why he would stop calling you after all those elaborate dates.
And leaving his house, that was the last time you've talked to him?
No, there have been like texts, like little texts, like, you know, I've been busy. Like, oh, you're just suddenly so busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like scheduling cruises and massages, and then all of a sudden his schedule just got so packed. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Kate?
Yeah?
Seriously? I can't even believe that you want to call this dog back. Like, seriously, girl, you need to move on to greener pastures, okay? Because he totally used you, and now he's not calling you back, and I wouldn't even give him the time of day. You should not be doing a second date update. You need to move the along, all right? Snap out of it, girlfriend. Let's you and I go get some Cosmos and talk about this.
In your mind, this is how female conversations go, isn't it?
That was my conversation with Kate about moving on. Kate, are you about ready to call Andrew for your second date update?
Well, after that, I'm feeling really inspired.
Yeah, I bet. Empowered even, I'm sure.
The reason that I said that is Kate actually wants to call a guy that she has gone out on 3 dates with. They've all been pretty elaborate. The last one was a couples massage. There was like a dinner cruise and stuff in there. Anyway, After they hooked up, after the third date, he stopped calling her. Hasn't responded to anything. So my first thought is that he just used her and just wanted to hook up with her, and now he's not calling her at all. That's why he's the dog, girl. Kate, what if that is the reason? Are you just going to let him have it?
I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah.
I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dialing the phone number.
Good.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Andrew.
Yeah, this is he.
Andrew, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
I didn't submit for any contests or anything, guys.
Yeah, no, I know. This is not about a contest, actually. I just need a few minutes of your time.
In regards to...
In regards to a date that you went on. Actually, a few dates that you went on.
What?
Yeah, we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. You recently took a girl named Kate out. She told us a little bit about your dates. They were all very elaborate and very romantic, but now you're not calling her back and she's very confused.
I'm not sure what to say.
Well, you could start by telling us why you would blow her off after 3 dates.
It's not as simple as that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to sound confrontational with you. I just want to know what happened, and more than anything, she wants to know what happened because you guys went out on so many dates, and she said that they were all pretty romantic, and you seemed like you guys really liked each other.
Yeah. Just a weird situation. It's been in my head, and I'm just trying to figure this stuff out.
Does that mean that you are actually maybe in a relationship with somebody else?
No, certainly not. No.
Okay.
I wish it was that simple. It's more complicated than that.
Let me ask you a question, just an easy question to answer. Did you like Kate?
Yes, very much. Very much.
So you did?
I did and still do.
Okay, so you still do? Well, then why not offer her the respect of letting her know why you're not calling her back?
Well, I accepted a job offer in Germany that I couldn't turn it down.
You what?
I leave in a couple of weeks, actually, for Germany.
Whoa.
And that's why you're not calling her back?
Well, I feel strongly for her. I still know how to tell her, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to her. I just figured the easiest thing would be just to, disappear, fade away.
What are you talking about? Disappear? That's like the coward way out. You owe it to her to talk to her about what's going on.
Like I said, this is not an easy situation. I'm struggling as far as how to deal with this and what to do.
Why are you struggling so much with? I mean, you guys have been out on 3 dates. It's not like you've been dating for months and months and months and you're leaving.
Yeah.
Why not just call her and say, hey, I'm moving. Sorry, we can't see each other anymore.
I really like her a lot, but...
Okay.
So you see a future with her. If you were going to stay here and Germany wasn't in the picture, there's no question in your mind that you guys would continue this?
If I was going to stay here, definitely. No question in my mind. Wow. But now that the reality is Germany, there's just no chance of that because, I'm moving.
You guys could maybe try a long distance thing.
That's not fair of me to ask her to do something like that. She's super sweet. She's gorgeous. That's not fair.
Yeah, but how do you know? You don't know. I mean, you're putting your feelings on her. Like, you don't know how she would react to that.
Actually, I am putting her needs first. She doesn't deserve to be in a long-distance relationship like that with someone. She deserves someone who's going to be there with her, contributing to her life. I'm putting her needs way above mine. I just don't know what to say.
It sounds like you really like her a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Man, that sucks. Like, honestly, if I were in your position, that would be hard.
Yeah.
To meet somebody that I guess it sounds like you're falling for, and then you're like, man, now I got to move.
Jeez.
Yeah, it sucks.
But some consolation, German chicks can be kind of hot.
Okay, Jubal, that's not where we're going with
Andy's gonna be
this.
making more money, obviously.
Can I ask one question, though? Did you know that you were going to Germany before that last couples massage slept together night?
No. In fact, this is from a previous situation I had that developed over the course of 3 or 4 months. So I thought that the opportunity had kind of fizzled out, but it turns out it was just taking a little bit more time, and then they made me an offer. I had to jump on this.
Okay,
I'm just really excited about this Germany thing. It's the dream job I've always wanted. But at that same time, I feel like I could be missing out and not being able to share something like that with someone like her.
Well, then why not just talk to her about it?
I agree.
I know it's early on in your relationship, but why not just talk to her?
Man, easier said than done, guys.
Not really, because she's actually on the line listening.
Excuse me?
I said she's on the other line and listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
So there's that.
Kate's on the phone.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Hi. I don't really know what to say. This is a lot.
You've been on the phone the whole time?
The whole time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I stopped calling you. It was the only way that I saw to handle this.
It's okay. I don't really know what I would have done in this situation either. I wish you would have told me.
But what
you didn't
should
even
I
like
have said?
mention
You know, that's
that
the
you
thing.
applied. I know. I didn't even know that you even like applied. You know, like you didn't even, that wasn't mentioned. Just in regular conversation. You know what I mean? It's like really out of left field.
Well, I honestly, I thought that prospect had kind of just fizzled out long before I even met you. So it just kind of popped out of nowhere again.
It just really sucks because I have strong feelings for you.
I have strong feelings for you too. It's just not fair for you. It's not fair for us. You know, life is just not on our side, it seems.
Well, Andrew, maybe life is on your side, and that's why you guys are being connected in a second date update to talk about it.
I guess. I think about you every day, and I want, the long distance relationship is really, really hard, and it's not fair of me to even imply something like that, even ask that. It's only been 3 dates, but I can't stop thinking about you. So my heart says something, and my mind says something different.
Kate, I'm just going to ask for you. Would you do a long-distance relationship? I don't know. I mean, somebody's got to step in and ask her what her opinion is on that whole matter.
I don't know. I don't know because it's not really being put on the table. It's not like a real question. So I don't know. It's so soon and it's so new. And in general, would I do a long distance relationship? Like in general in life, would I consider it? Well, yeah, I would, but it's not really what's being asked right now.
Well, the simple fact of the matter is, long distance relationships suck. This is really hard. My heart says something and my mind says something different. I'm thinking that I just need to sever this, cut this off, but I can't stop thinking about you. So I'm feeling like I need to ask you to go with me, I know that's crazy. I shouldn't have even said that. I'm sorry. I should not have even gone that. I feel like I just feel like I'm falling for you,
You don't want me to go with? We've been on 3 dates. We can't. That's not like a real. That's not a real question.
Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, Andrew, but I don't think you were actually asking her to go with you. I think you were saying that's the way you feel.
I'm just not sure at this point. This phone call is really, it's even more confusing now, it seems like, but.
Dude, it sounds like to me that if she would say yes, that is exactly what you're asking.
I wouldn't want to ask her that. That's just a huge bombshell to drop on somebody. It's a lot of pressure to put on her.
Let's play a game, Andrew. Let's put this relationship 7 months down the road. If you guys have been dating for 7 months, would you ask her to go with you to Germany?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I just got
Kate, what do you think about that?
If you were dating 7 months, would you go?
This is like all like a hypothetical situation. If we had been dating in the same way that it's been, if we just continued down the same path that we started, I don't see why I wouldn't consider it.
But you guys have a couple weeks or whatever till you leave. You could bond. You could spend every day together. You could see how it goes up until then. And then maybe in 6 months she could come join you.
You got it all figured out, Brooke.
Yeah, she does. I'm so excited.
This whole thing is just crazy, So let's just step back and let Kate process this.
Well, how about you guys process together? Would you like to go out on a fourth date with Kate? We will pay for you guys to go out again at least before you leave.
Yeah, talk about it.
Kate, you want to go?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
All right. Well,
keep us so cute.
Keep us updated on what happens.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll try.
All right. And until you leave, Andrew, I want you guys to process as much as possible.
Okay.
Just keep processing
every night.
Every night until you leave. Okay.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What you just heard was a second date update with Kate and Andrew from over a year ago. And now they're back on the phone for a second date update.
I'm so excited.
You guys, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
No problem. Hey. So you guys had a lot of options on the table. and like a lot to process at the end of that phone call. I know it was about a year ago now, but what did you guys decide to do?
We decided to hang out as much as we could up until the last second. I think we had 3 more dates, and they were really great. It was awesome, but it felt like way too much to kind of move to Germany after a month of dating.
Okay, so you didn't move to Germany with him after just 3 more dates.
No, I did not. No.
Yeah. That's probably a wise decision.
Yeah.
So what did you guys decide to do? Just call it quits altogether?
Yeah, that's the update. They're just over.
Yeah.
They haven't talked to each other for a year.
Yeah. We text once in a while, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was a bit too much for her to join me in Germany, so we decided we would try it out, try the long distance thing if we could. And
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
we decided, we would meet as often as possible, but it was challenging for sure.
So how long did you guys go after you left for Germany without seeing each other?
It was like 4 weeks from when I left to when I saw her again, almost a month.
Okay, and what was that like, the first time you guys saw each other after not seeing each other for a month?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I was so excited to see her. Good. I didn't want to let her out of my sight, so.
Okay. And then obviously you had to go back to Germany, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, you let her out of your sight.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, Jubal.
So has the long distance thing been hard?
I mean, it's exciting when you see each other again, but the time in between it's almost impossible.
Do you guys Skype a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
God.
All right.
Or you can go there.
Thank you, Skype. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I bet.
So did you feel like your relationship grew, or did you just grow apart?
It was really complicated, and then it just started to feel weird, and like, I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't working. Not being able to see each other, not to build that foundation just made it really, a trial after trial.
You're ruining my romantic comedy in my head.
There's just all those day-to-day things that you want to share with someone, and, we try to fill each other in, but sometimes you only have a few minutes, or I'd only have a few minutes, so we always kind of felt shortchanged,
Yeah, that'd be hard to date somebody who's halfway around the world.
Yeah, every time we were Skyping, either one person was in the middle of the night, it was hard to get caught up on sleep, or vice versa, so it was just hard.
Not to mention, like, filling him in on day-to-day life. Like, oh, my friend Sarah. You're like, actually, I don't, because we went on 4 dates before I moved to Germany, so I don't know any of your friends.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, at least you guys can still stay friends then. I mean, it sounds like you're cool with each other.
Well, you don't know the whole story.
What?
There's more to the story than that?
There is. In fact, I moved back to be with Kate.
What?
Oh.
You quit?
Yeah.
Wait, you quit Deutschland for Kate?
I quit the dream job for the dream life with her.
Wow.
Wait, so wait, you are still in love with each other?
I would hope so. We live together.
Oh,
You live together?
Wow.
just drop that on us like that, huh?
So you left to Germany, you guys dated for a little while long distance, then you quit your job and moved back, and now you guys are living together.
I wasn't able to sleep. I was just thinking about her all the time. It just wasn't working for me. I had to, it wasn't out of fear. It was more along the lines of I wanted to be even more happier than I was with my dream job, and that means to be with Kate, and I'm very happy.
Wow.
And plus, the food in Germany is terrible, so really, so much sausage and kraut before you have to head back home.
Exactly.
Kate, were you worried about him choosing you over his career? Like you could be a regret at some point?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of pressure. I feel like I was sort of playing the devil's advocate and trying to tell him that he didn't have to do that. And I would just ask him, are you sure you want to come back? And his answer was always yes.
Wow. All right. And it sounds like you did it. Well, congratulations. I wasn't expecting that. It sounded like you guys broke up.
I know.
We
No.
saved that till the last minute, Andrew.
Yeah, you want to keep you in suspense a little bit.
Okay.
So.
Wait.
Hey, I had to wait 6 months, man. You can wait like 5 minutes, right?
Moving 92.5.